Hello everybody, it's Paul Nisa with Torah Life Ministries, and we are reading the Torah portion for this coming Shabbat. We're going to be reading today Parashah 52. That means the 52nd reading in this year's cycle. And it's going to be Deuteronomy 31:1 to 31:30. Pretty much the chapter of Deuteronomy we're going to be reading. Now you might say that seems like kind of a short Torah portion, because it is. Now during a non-leap year, this Torah portion, number 52, will be read with Torah portion number 51. You would read them together, making two short Torah portions, one long one. However, if it's a leap year, you read this one separately. That's why we're doing the teaching separately. Again, it's Deuteronomy, the whole chapter, 31:1 to 31:30. That's what we'll be reading today. So get your scriptures out, and we're going to be reading this here, starting right now in Deuteronomy 31:1. And we see this, it says, Moses went and spoke the following words to all Israel. So now this is, I've been saying it for weeks now. It's coming to the end. It's coming to the end. Well, this is the end, folks. This is it. This is the end of Moses' life. It's coming right here, and Moses knows it. So it starts off by saying, Moses went up and said the following words to all Israel. So not some of Israel, to all of Israel. And you, if you accept Yeshua as your Messiah, are Israel. It says, I am 120 years old today. I can't get around any longer. Moreover, Yahweh has said to me, you will not cross the Jordan. Yahweh Elohim, he will cross over ahead of you. He will destroy the nations ahead of you, and you will dispose them. Joshua, he will cross over ahead of you, as Yahweh has said. Yahweh will do them what he did to the Shechem, Og, the kings of Irami, and the land that he destroyed. Yahweh will defeat them ahead of you, and you are able to do to them just as I have ordered you to do. Be strong, be bold, and don't be afraid or frightened of them. Yahweh, your Elohim, is going with you. He will neither fail you nor abandon you. That you have to remember always, no matter what, especially if there's any fear of your life. Do not be afraid that he will never abandon you. Remember, this isn't just for the children that were going into the promised land back then. This is for us today. We've gotten out our slavery of the world. If you're a believer in Yeshua Messiah, you don't want to go back there. Unlike the children of Israel that wanted to go back to Egypt and they were not entering the promised land because of that, well, you want to go where Yahweh has in store for you. And you want to follow his path that he's laid out for you. And I promise you, it will be a blessing if you stick to it. Next, Moses summoned Joshua, and in the sight of all Israel said to him, be strong and be bold, for you are going to this people into the land that our Creator has sworn to their ancestors he would give them. You will be the one causing them to inherit it. But Yahweh, it is he who will go ahead of you. He will be with you. He will neither fail you nor abandon you. So don't be afraid or downhearted. Basically, he's telling Joshua, look, you don't have a choice. I'm here, and if you believe in me, you know you're going to be successful. And don't be afraid or waste your time with that, because this is what's going to happen. So Joshua had the odds in his favor. He was, not too many people are going to see those signs and understand who Moses wasn't a messenger and who he was the messenger of our Creator. And Joshua was going to be presented with this information, and he said he's listening. And he knows what a blessing this is. Then Moses wrote down this Torah and gave it to the Cohen, the descendants of the Levites, who carry the ark with the covenant of Yahweh, and to the leaders of Israel. Moses gave them all these orders. At the end of every 7 years, during the presence of our Creator at the place he will choose, you are to read this Torah before all Israel, so that they can hear it. Assemble the people, the men, the women, and the little ones, and the foreigners you have in your towns, so they can hear, learn, fear Yahweh your Elohim, and take care to obey all the words of this Torah. And to that their children who have not known can hear and learn all about Yahweh your Elohim, is the king as you live in the land, as you are crossing over to the Jordan to possess. Assemble the people, the men, the children, and the little ones, and the foreigners you have in your towns, so that they can hear, learn, fear Yahweh your Elohim, and take care to obey all the words of this Torah. And so their children who have not known can hear and learn to fear Yahweh Elohim, for as long as you live in a land you are crossing the Jordan to possess. Our Creator said, the time is coming for you to die. Summon Joshua and present yourself in the tent of meeting, so that I can commission him. Moses and Joshua went and presented themselves in a tent of meeting. A creator appeared to them in a tent in a column and a cloud, and the column of cloud stood above the entrance to the tent. And Yahweh said to Moses, "You are about to sleep with your ancestors. But these people will get up and offer themselves as prostitutes to foreign gods of the land where they are going. When they are with those gods, they will abandon me and break my covenant which I have made. Then my anger will flare up, and I will abandon them and hide my face from them. They will be devoured, and many calamities and troubles will come upon them. Then they will ask, haven't those calamities come over upon us because Yahweh isn't here with us? But I will be hiding my face from them because all of the evil they have done, turning to other gods." So now Moses is about to go and make a song for these people to try to help them to remember the instructions and guidelines. "Therefore write this song for yourselves and teach the people of Israel. Have them learn it by heart, so that this song can be a witness for me against the people of Israel. For when I have brought them into the land I swore to their ancestors, flowing with milk and honey, and they have eaten their fill, grown fat, and turned into the other gods, serving them and despising them, and broken my covenant. Then after many calamities and troubles have come upon them, therefore write this song for yourselves and teach the people of Israel. Have them learn it by heart, so that the song can be a witness for me against the people of Israel." You know, when you go to a ball game in the United States and there's American flag, if you go to another country they have that flag. Well, this here is talking about the flag of our wonderful Creator, and that flag is his song. The song he gave Moses to give here so people remember. It's a history lesson. So it says, this is the song. "And teach it to the people of Israel, so that the song can be a witness for me against the people of Israel. For when I have brought them into the land I swore to their ancestors, flowing with milk and honey, and they have eaten their fill, grown fat, and turned to other gods, serving them and despising me, and broken my covenant. Then after many calamities and troubles have come upon them, this song will testify before them as a witness, because of their descendants will still be reciting it and will not have forgotten. For I know how they think, even now, before I have brought them into the land about which I swore." So Moses wrote this song that same day and taught it to the people of Israel. So he wrote this song in one day. Any of you musicians out there, how difficult or easy is that to do? Yahweh also commissioned Joshua the son of Nun with these words, "Be strong and full of courage, for you are to bring the people of Israel into the land about which I swore to them, and I will be with you." Moses kept writing the words of this Torah in a book until he was done. When he finished, Moses gave these orders to the Levites who carried the ark with the covenant of Yahweh. "Take this book of the Torah and put it next to the ark with the command of Yahweh your God, so that it can be there to witness against you. For I know how rebellious and stiff-necked you are. Here, even while I'm still alive with you today, you have rebelled against Yahweh your Elohim. Much more will you do so after my death. Assemble for me all the leaders of your tribes and your officers, so that I can say these things in their hearing, calling heaven and earth to witness against them, because I know that after my death you will become very corrupt and turn aside from the way that I have ordered you, and that disasters will come upon you because you will do what Yahweh sees as evil and provoke him to your deeds." Then Moses spoke in the hearing of the whole assembly of Israel the words of this song from beginning to end. And next Torah portion, folks, we're going to be reading that particular song. No, I'm not going to sing it, but I'll read it. And it's going to be Deuteronomy 32:1 to 32:52. So you can check that out. Again, 32:1 to 32:52. And that is the 53rd Parashah that's coming up. But as for now, we just read the 52nd one. And remember, if it is a non-leap year, you would read the one we just read with the previous one, number 51. However, if it's a leap year, you only read it one time. Okay, if you have any comments or questions, please post them below the video. Until then, everybody, have a great Shabbat and Shalom, Shalom.
Come out of the world, oh my people, seek the truth, avoid the evil, learn Yahweh's ways. Torah Life Ministries, come out of the world,